So I'm just telling you, like, it's just not a playable game. I'm just reminding myself, like, it's just... Unless you're basically 3 divisions ahead of the MMR that you're playing in, and you're dual queuing, you cannot go into a game with 100% certainty and say, I'm just gonna win the game, right? Because, like, right now, I want to queue up, I want to play the game, because I'm sick and tired of winning one-on-one. I mean, I haven't lost in a very long time. The only guy who was able to beat me was recently, right? That was Great Khan. But he plays Draven to exceptionally high level. I'm talking like he's... If you want to know how to play Draven really well, that's the guy you want to ask, right? Now, I'll tell you what the problem is, right? First of all, I don't have a lot of experience playing against Draven, right? Not a lot of people pick him because he's quite difficult to play, right? And I did not know he has one ability which I was not aware that he has that, basically. Because usually against ADCs who have high damage, you wanna drain their mana. You basically wanna go Horn, Armor, and you just out-sustain them until their mana runs out, and then you can just all-in them, right? Now, the problem... Another thing you can do with this type of champs is you can harass them. You can like attack them, run away, and you eventually out-sustain their health pool. But with Draven, it's a little bit difficult, right? Because he does shitloads of damage, so he can heal back up very quickly from lifesteal, right? So that strategy of attacking and running away is not gonna work because he heals so well, right? And if he goes Blue Draven, I call it Blue Draven, where he goes the rune where you cannot run out of mana, right? He literally does not run out of mana. So you cannot really drain his mana either, right? So, and the biggest problem with him is this ability here, you see? I honestly did not know that Draven has this. So, when Draven executes minions, he stacks his adoration, or whatever it's called, right? And then his ult can execute you if you have, let's say he has 250 adoration stacks, and your health is 250. You immediately die. Because your health equals his adoration stack, and he hit his ulti on you. And that's it, you just die. I did not know he does that, right? So that creates a problem because you cannot play sustained game with him because he will have like 500 adoration stacks or whatever, and he can just chunk you with his ult for 500 HP. Do you know what I mean? There is really no defense against it. It's just so much damage, it's insane. So, and you have to understand, it's on top of his normal damage. So, if you play with him for like 6 minutes, he'll have like 500 stacks. He'll chunk you for like 1,000. Do you know what I mean? So that's... I died to him multiple times on this, and I was like, what is this damage? I've never, like, what the hell is this damage? Right? And that's the problem here. So the only way to beat him is to all-in him. Right, so you have to build in such a way where you don't get too damaged by his auto attacks, right? And you have enough damage to all-in him, right? So the best way to do that is to go Guardian Hammer, right? And Armor, and what you call it? 3 health pots. It's either like this, or you go just full damage, or hammer with shoes, right? Now the problem with Blue Draven, he's ridiculously squishy, right? I'm talking like 3. If you crit him twice, you basically like, it's like 2 crits, 2 autos, and E with Ignite, 100% gonna kill him. 100%, right? He's just so squishy. And your move speed is a lot higher than his, right? So if you look at his move speed, 330, so you basically have boots on top of him. So when you're ghosting and he's ghosting, you're gonna catch up to him. Like, and you have your E, right? So his ability to escape is very, very small. Very, very small, right? I know he can, like, even if he hits his abilities well, as long as you catch him with W, he's 100% gonna die. 100%. There's no way he can survive. So what you do is you get him to push into you. It's kind of like playing against Rengar, right? You get him to push into you, you get full fury. Now the problem with him is he can chunk you really well under the turret. Right, that's the problem I had with this matchup, is he can chunk you really well. Because the way his auto attack animation works, like he throws his axe at you and he has time to get out of the turret range by the time axe hits you. So you get hit by an axe and he doesn't get hit by a turret. Now this is something you're gonna have to learn how to avoid this. It took me like 3 or 4 games before I got used to that range that he can chunk you under the turret for free. Normally ADCs cannot do that without getting hit by a turret, so you have to stand directly opposite to him all the time, right? Now what's gonna happen is minions eventually are gonna get extremely close to your turret and you can get at least half fury for free. Once you get half fury, you don't need full fury, just half fury is enough, right? You can all in him. Right, so at that point, it's about landing your W and then running into him. You have to wait until he slows you, then you E into him, and then you just right-click him. And you gotta space your auto attacks really, really well against him, right? Because, to be honest with you, if you don't crit at all, he's gonna win the all-in. Like, his damage is just so sick. So like you basically just need 1 crit, technically speaking. Like if you just get 1 crit on him, which you always will, you're gonna win, right? And remember to like drink your potion and all that jazz, right? Even if he survives that all in, it's still gonna be a win for you because his resources are gonna go low, right? You will heal back up a lot quicker than he will, right? And you can steal his health relic, so you can deny him mana. Right? And at that point, it's rinse and repeat. You heal back up, he kind of tries to heal back up, he'll probably have 80% health, and then you have to catch him with W, and then you all in him, and that's it. Without Ghost, I mean, you just kill him basically, and that's it. But again, you have to be in front of him. It's difficult matchup, I have to say, very, very difficult. But like I figured out how to beat this, right? Basically, it's your favorable. He can beat you, but again, Trinda is overpowered on Aram. It's your favorable, 100%, right? And I can probably experiment with runes. I'm probably thinking if I go boots, I don't think he even has an way to do anything. Because if he goes boots and you go boots, his damage is significantly reduced, right? So he won't be able to chunk you too much, right? So he has to have longsword. He just has to have it, right? So then he can heal better, and right. But if he goes boots, I don't think he'll have enough damage, basically. So I think boots, and if he goes longsword and you go boots, you can simply wait for level 6, and he has absolutely no counterplay, because now he cannot even kill you. Right? So yeah, that's the thing. I forgot, what was I making video about? Oh yeah, I was making a video about this guy here. Where is he? Yeah. I mean, look at this guy, right? He lost a turret, he died 4 times, and he has 5 CS at 4 minutes. So next time you're queuing up, remember, there could be 3 people like that on your team, and I challenge you to... And you have to understand, it's going to be 15 minutes, or 20 minutes most likely, of total time waste. Sometimes 30 minutes. Because you can't win with 3 guys like that on your team if you're solo queue. Right? It's just not possible. I would even say if you have 3 guys like that on your team, you can't even win dual queue. Because it's ridiculous. Now, many of you are going to say, oh, you know, if I get good, I'm going to win, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Let me show you something. Yeah, there you go. Look. So this is Uli, right? He is rank 3 player on EU West, right? Twice 2 seasons in a row. Now, he plays Jax, which is overpowered champion, and he's exceptionally good at the champion, right? Now, he's trimmed a 1-trick, but his Jax is on point, okay? Furthermore, this game that we're watching is on easier server. So when you think, okay, I'm gonna swap from EU West to Turkey, because then I can get fed as Jax every game, you're gonna run into the same problem as everybody else runs into, right? Because extreme feeders, you cannot win this game. Look at the score, right? 6-2. Right? Now he's fed as Jax, and he could not carry this game. You cannot get more broken champion than Jax. He has levels, so he's the highest level in the game, right? And he could not carry the game. Why? Because these guys are completely useless. They are 0, look at the score, 0-27. His team, 0-27. And look, first of all, factor in like the dragons. So they have 2 dragons. That's a huge problem, huge, right? Number 2, look at the levels, right? 1 level down, 2 levels down, 2 levels down, 3 levels down. This here, you have to remember, 1 level is 650 gold. 1 level difference, right? So let's count in levels alone. I'm not even factoring in difference in CS. Just levels alone, right? So jungle is 1 level down, mid is 2 level down, ADC 2, 3. Okay, so let's do this. So that's 8. We take 8 multiplied by 650. This is 5.2 thousand gold difference on levels alone. Now, these 2 dragons are unfortunately extremely good. Each dragon, I believe it's 2,500 gold value. Right? So these dragons are... It could be 5,000, I don't know, but I think it's 2,500, right? Well, let me just Google. Estimated value per dragon league. So, yeah, 2,500 gold, like I estimated, you see? And that's not factoring in a dragon soul, okay? So that's another 5,000 gold difference. So let me just add this up. Where was it? Yeah. So that's another 5,000 gold difference. So this is 10.2 thousand gold difference. and we're not even factoring in CS and goal difference from kills. So in here, we're looking at 25,000 goal difference right now. So now think about how much gold do you have to generate to even break even, so your team... So basically this is an even game. Like you're talking 25,000 goal difference. Like you have to have some kind of champion that can teleport and one shot. And even then, without cooldown. Only then you'll be able to catch up. That champion just doesn't exist. And if he did, it would have been banned. Right? So you have no way to win the game. I'm just saying that in League of Legends, you cannot win the game. You can only get lucky. And that's it. The coin flip. Right? So that's why I play one-on-one, and I'm getting tired of playing one-on-one, so I'm probably gonna delete, basically. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I mean, full game I always win. Aram Force Blood I always win. I tried playing Summer's Rift, but it drives me crazy because people just look at my OPGG and they say, aha, Tryndamere, let me just pick Teemo. I mean, like, it just drives me absolutely insane when people do that, right? And that happens all the time. Then I say, okay, fine. I create another game mode, which is to first Nexus, well, to first Inhibitor. Summer's Rift, right? I pick Nasus, everybody quits. They say, oh, I can't win against Nasus. You know? So I'm stuck to basically Aram, and that's about it. And Aram I just win all the time, because Trinda is busted. I play one champion, that's it. Right, so I played every single matchup, every possible rune combination. I mean, I played against everything at this stage. What is the weirdest shit I've ever played against? Probably Ramos. Running it down. Yeah, that's the weirdest shit. With Fleet of Footwork, I think, or whatever it's called. Ramos Fleet of Footwork, oh Jesus Christ. Nunu also I played one-on-one against. But I mean, it doesn't matter. Trinda always wins. Trinda always wins. Like, the only champion I think that might be able to beat Tryndamere one-on-one is Aatrox. But there are not a lot of Aatrox one-tricks. I think it's because he's so boring to play. Maybe. I don't know. But bottom line, okay, next time you're gonna queue up, you're gonna think to yourself, you know, I'm gonna master a carry champion, something like Jax. Remember this video, remember this. That's what you're gonna be faced. There is no way to escape loser's queue. There's just, you're gonna lose, and that's it. And that's not gonna be your fault. So that's what I'm saying, is that every time you queue up, why is it so demoralizing? Is because this can happen to you 5, 6, 8 games in a row. And it's not your fault. And there is absolutely nothing you can do against it. Right? This can happen to you for the whole day. And that day is going to be totally wasted. Completely wasted. Right? And there is no skill level that you can reach where you can actually carry every single game. Right? Because I'm showing you a player that is, in Europe, possibly one of the best, if not the best, solo carrier from top lane. Right? He's probably the best top laner in EU and other regions other than Asian regions. The best top laner. And he cannot do it. So what are the odds of you doing it? Right? So I mean, just stop wasting your time. And that's it. Either play one-on-one or delete the game. And that's it. Take care.